decided to do this one outside. Heard so much about the outdoors. It's not as scary as I thought. It's actually kind of nice. Anyway, the topic of this video is, how do you find teammates? I get a lot of people coming into my stream and asking me, Tosan, why are you such an idiot? But they also ask me, hey Tosan, how do you find teammates? And that's a tricky question, because in World of Warcraft, there's no solo queue system like there is in, let's say, League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm, Overwatch, CSGO, whatever. In most other games, there's a solo queue system, so you could just queue up, and when you happen to bump into somebody that you like, that you think is good, you can add them to friends list and ask them to play, and it's a pretty easy way to find teammates. In World of Warcraft, there's no such thing, so it's pretty tough. Since Season 1, it wasn't very hard for me to find teammates because I had friends from, World PvP and people in my guild that just happened to be good at arenas when they came out all the way back in the first season, back in Burning Crusade. So, I never really had to deal with trying to find teammates, so I didn't really know how to even answer this question until recently. But most of my friends quit the game because it's, been out for like 12 years and people move on. So I found myself trying to find new teammates, and the looking for group system, although it's not perfect, is definitely an option, and that I think is the best option overall because, again, there's no solo queue system, so what are you going to do? You can find some pretty good teammates in looking for group, believe it or not. I'm sure a lot of you have had experiences with looking for group that weren't so pleasant. You try to find a team. I hear it all the time. People say, yeah, I tried looking for group and I found a team. We played one game, we lost, and somebody rage quit after one game. And that's kind of crazy to me that people give up so quickly on new teammates. Even if you have a bad loss, people have bad games and have to build synergy together, so giving up after one loss is kind of crazy, but it happens, and it happens a lot, apparently. I've heard so much about that. That same story I've heard a million times. So I will say that it's definitely a good idea to try looking for a group and not to get discouraged when you get some jackwads that quit after one or two losses. It's going to happen. People have crazy egos. Even if they're like 1800, it still happens. So don't worry about it. Just keep on going and trying to find new teammates. So, little story about my success with the looking for group system. Although it takes a while sometimes, at the end of Warlords of Draenor, I was streaming and I was bored and I just wanted to play some threes. So I queued up for looking for group and, posted, hey, somebody with, I wasn't, looking for crazy high experience or anything like that. So I just put like, 2200-ish is fine. And I found a Ret Paladin. Never met the guy before, talked to him, just a complete stranger, and he was a really chill, cool guy. And this is at the very end of WoD, so we didn't have much time to play together or find a healer. So I told him, hey, I'll add you to friends list and we'll play in Legion or something. So, fast forward to Legion, I leveled my hunter after my demon hunter, and then he was hitting me up to play, and he's like, hey, you want to try to find a healer and play again? And I was like, sure. So we did looking for group. We found one shaman at first. He didn't want to join voice, which is fine. We just wanted to play. We weren't really like anal about the rating. We didn't really care if it was like super high. We were just all like 2200 CR, nothing crazy. So we just wanted to play just to pass time. I was streaming, so needed something to do anyway. So then we played a couple of games. We lost the first game because our shaman lagged out, he said in chat. And then nobody cared. We weren't upset or anything. And then we won the next game, and then we lost the game after that. And after that second loss, he rage quit. He just left the group without saying a word. So, I'm sure his house didn't catch on fire. So I'm pretty sure he just rage quit because of 2 losses. And, we weren't upset or bothered. We were just like, all right, let's find another one. So then we found another shaman. Same thing. This guy actually got on voice, and he flat out just said, okay, I'm done after 2 losses, and he just peaced out. But then the next day, so we couldn't find another healer that day, so we kind of gave up. But then 1 or 2 days later, we did it again, or actually he was doing it by himself. He spends a lot of time in looking for group, a lot longer than me, so I can't tell you exactly how long it takes on average to find a good healer. And there's no way to even predict that. It's completely random. So what happened was he said, hey, I found a shaman in looking for group. He seems pretty good. You want to play? And I said, sure. And believe it or not, he's actually a really good shaman, and we were, over 2600, like 2650 MMR playing with him. We had a pretty good, win rate. We probably went like 16-4 or something like that, and we had some really good games. And now we have a new healer to play with in the future. So it is possible. The Ret Paladin I met in looking for group, and he found the shaman in looking for group, as far as I know. So it is definitely possible to find good teammates in looking for group. But the thing that I can't stress enough is, if you join a team from looking for group and you lose the first couple of games in a row, chalk it up to just warm-up games, okay? Count them as warm-up games. Too often do I see for myself and hear people, and I hear stories all the time where People just assume that they should just win every game instantly when you're playing with two complete strangers. Sometimes, maybe you're not playing the best comp. Sometimes you just need synergy and to work out your communication as a team and rotate defensives. You know, a lot of the time you play with new people and you get low on health and you pop Deter, and then he also, you know, pops Bop on you if it's a Paladin, or Life Cocoon if it's a Monk, whatever, or Spirit Link, right? So sometimes you overlap defensives and you die for it, and people get really upset at this, but you have to give it time. You know, you're not going to instantly have perfect synergy and communication with complete strangers. So I definitely want to encourage and urge people to use the looking for group system. It's not perfect and it's time consuming to find people, but it's all we have, and it's probably the best existing method for finding new teammates. So use it, and just keep in mind, you're not going to have perfect synergy instantly. Even if you lose your first 3 games in a row, keep on playing. Give it at least 10 games, you know, at like a minimum, let's say 8 games before you decide that they're just not, you know, it's just not going to work. That's pretty much it. That's the moral of the story. If you want to find teammates, I suggest the looking for group system, and don't be so damn picky. And the last final thought in that whole train of thought there is, don't care so damn much about your rating this early in the season. The season has only been out for like 2 months roughly. There's probably a solid 4 months left, if not more. So, you know, seasons vary, but they tend to be at least 6 months. So you have plenty of time to worry about your rating. What's important now is improving yourself and finding teammates that, you know, you can mesh well with and want to improve with you. Because, you know, your end rewards, or the rewards at the end of the season, I know everybody cares about. At the end of the season, you have a right to care about your rating. That's totally fine, because obviously when those rewards are coming and the season's about to end, you should care about your rating. But now is the time to not care so damn much about your rating and care more about improving and building a good team, because that will get you rating for the future for many seasons to come. So that's the message I wanted to send. Good luck finding teammates, guys. Give it a shot. And I will be releasing a lot more content on the way. I've got tons and tons of content for Hunter and Demon Hunter and just random goofy, stupid shit. So thanks for watching, and peace out.